had to reorganise it because for some reason it's important to me that you can see. Today I feel very quiet because I meditated, but I still am going to talk to you. This is how spoiled I am, right? My job is voice acting, so I have a lot of free time to myself because nobody ever hires me, but that's fine with me because they have hired me in the past. I've got just enough to mostly ignore the bullshit that goes on in my community work-wise. Hello, co-workers, if anyone's watching. You know what I'm talking about. And I live in South Korea, so sometimes to supplement my income, because let's face it, it's got to happen. Sometimes I do like on-camera work, but as you can see, I'm very middle-aged and kind of weird looking, even though I really like my appearance. I'm not what they're selling. So once in a while, I will get a job as like an extra or something, and I have 2 days of this kind of work this week. And because I'm so used to being freelance, like I don't work a lot, I don't earn a lot of money, but my hourly rate when I get a job, usually for voice stuff, is good. Then, you know, there's like a lot of cases where you would get residuals or royalties, etc. So that's nice. But now, this week, the diary's empty, except for 2 days on set for some Korean drama. Awesome. Great. They said to me, you need to go and get COVID tested, which I mean is fair enough because there is a pandemic on. I guess they're running a workplace. You know, I definitely don't have COVID, but I'm so spoiled, so used to having a solid hourly rate and also not used to having like a work day, like I have appointments. It's so much better to have an appointment that lasts an hour. Yes, it might be an hour of bullshit. Yes, it might be a moldy studio. Yes, your voice might hurt. It might be a picky client. And yes, the agent or whatever might be hounding you afterwards for corrections or free rewrites, etc., etc. And then you have to navigate all of that. But just that one appointment is way more manageable than 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We don't know how long it's going to be. They never tell you, and so they'll give you overtime. But it's not like Western style overtime. It's like supermarket wages overtime. So my diva, middle-aged, I do not have time for this shit self. That my whole thing. It's like, you want me to go to a health centre and have someone stick a doodah up my nose, which, let's be honest, it's not that bad. Maybe it's because I've got a massive nose. I've been lucky, I think, every time I've been COVID tested so far. Not as painful as people go on about. But it's fucking intrusive and I don't want to do it. And I also don't want to spend 2 whole days at work. Like, I've got shit to do, you know, like who's going to clean the floor, who's going to look after Dave, who's going to make eating videos, because that's another thing that I do. If you found me through my eating videos, thanks for coming and listening to me talk about my life. Yeah, so I have an eating channel where I eat and don't talk, but it made me realise I've got a lot of shit to say, especially because I'm out there on the internet not fucking talking. Well, hello everyone, I am talking now. I'm talking about how much I don't want to have a real job and how like vindicated I actually feel that I don't. It's just 2 days, I will do it, it's going to be fine. And I'll go and I'll meet all the 20-year-olds on set and make them subscribe to my YouTube channel. Speaking of which, come along, join me. Yeah, so I'll just do it to meet people, but it's going to be, it's nearly always cold, boring or stressful. And then, like, I think being an extra would be fun, but it's just like a lot of sitting around with people who aren't that funny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to sound full of myself, although I almost definitely do, but I'm fucking good company, and I also know when to stop. And a lot of people that you would meet on a Korean movie set are not good company, and they definitely don't know when to stop. Also, Korean work culture does not know when to stop. Having said that, there might be some nice people there. It's just, it's tiresome. I do not want it. It's not that I don't want it, it's that the money's not good enough. And you'd think, yeah, like it's $150 plus overtime for like a day of work, which I suppose is what you would earn in a normal day. But fuck that, because like time is so valuable. I suppose what this rant is really all about is, yeah, maybe I sound unbelievably spoiled because most people have a normal person's job, don't they? I used to for years, and it's like I'm a trauma survivor from that because I just do not want to deal with that. You want an hourly rate, that's the move, and then you want the rest of the day to your fucking self. So that's my vent. I'll go and do it, but I suppose for you guys, I'm here to say to you, that what you want is valid. Call me selfish, call me a diva, call me entitled, whatever. I know how much time I need. I spend my time well with the present moment, with my body, with myself. It's devoted to self-care, it's devoted to growth, it's devoted to my health. And as soon as you start giving yourself this kind of time, which it has been my practice to do, especially since I started voice acting, because you work for a higher hourly rate, you're in touch with the present moment. It's not that it's not a difficult job, because it is not an easy job. But I recognise it's not the same thing as stacking shelves in a supermarket or working in a call centre, because I would not want to have those jobs compared to mine. But anyway, I suppose my point is that we should all value our time, even if people tell us that we are selfish for doing that. I'm losing steam, aren't I? Bulletproof. But yeah, this week, times are hard, man. I'm going to have to go and compromise my standard. I'm going to have to go and get swabbed my massive Jewish nose. And I'm going to have to go and be pleasant and sociable for 2 whole days on set with the 20-year-olds. Call me entitled if you will. Also, please wish me luck. I'll be back, let you know how it goes.